Listen to me. When the time comes, you gotta run and don't look back. This is over. You got some money for me, boy? I seen your name in our ledger.
You're a wanted man, Mr. Morgan.
Maybe when your mother's finished mourning your father, I'll keep her in black on your behalf. We got lawmen in 3 different states after us. They chased us from the west, they chased us over the mountains.
We'll need an extra gun.
This place ain't no such thing as civilized.
You're the only one of these fools that I trust.
Where's our money?
Do you have my bag?
Always, Dutch. Listen to me. When the time comes, you gotta run and don't look back. This is over. Listen to me. When the time comes, you gotta run and don't look back. This is over. You got some money for me, boy? I seen your name in our ledger.
You're a wanted man, Mr. Morgan.
Maybe when your mother's finished mourning your father, I'll keep her in black on your behalf. We got lawmen in 3 different states after us. They chased us from the west, they chased us over the mountains.
We'll need an extra gun.
This place ain't no such thing as civilized.
You're the only one of these fools that I trust.
Where's our money?
Do you have my bag?
Always, Dutch. Listen to me. When the time comes, you gotta run and don't look back. This is over. Listen to me. When the time comes, you gotta run and don't look back. This is over. Got some money for me, boy? I seen your name in our ledger.
You're a wanted man, Mr. Morgan.
Maybe when your mother's finished mourning your father, I'll keep her in black on your behalf. We got lawmen in 3 different states after us. They chased us from the west, they chased us over the mountains.
We'll need an extra gun.
This place ain't no such thing as civilized.
You're the only one of these fools that I trust.
Where's our money?
Do you have my bag?
Always, Dutch. Listen to me. When the time comes, you gotta run and don't look back. This is over. Listen to me. When the time comes, you gotta run and don't look back. This is over. Got some money for me, boy? I seen your name in our ledger.
You're a wanted man, Mr. Morgan.
Maybe when your mother's finished mourning your father, I'll keep her in black on your behalf. We got lawmen in 3 different states after us. They chased us from the west, they chased us over the mountains.
We'll need an extra gun.
This place ain't no such thing as civilized.
You're the only one of these fools that I trust.
Where's our money?
Do you have my bag?
Always, Dutch. Listen to me. When the time comes, you gotta run and don't look back. This is over. Listen to me. When the time comes, you gotta run and don't look back. This is over. Got some money for me, boy? I seen your name in our ledger.
You're a wanted man, Mr. Morgan.
Maybe when your mother's finished mourning your father, I'll keep her in black on your behalf. We got lawmen in 3 different states after us. They chased us from the west, they chased us over the mountains.
We'll need an extra gun.
This place ain't no such thing as civilized.
You're the only one of these fools that I trust.
Where's our money?
Do you have my bag?
Always, Dutch. Listen to me. When the time comes, you gotta run and don't look back. This is over. Listen to me. When the time comes, you gotta run and don't look back. This is over. You got some money for me, boy? I seen your name in our ledger.
You're a wanted man, Mr. Morgan.
Maybe when your mother's finished mourning your father, I'll keep her in black on your behalf. We got lawmen in 3 different states after us. They chased us from the west, they chased us over the mountains.
We'll need an extra gun.
This place ain't no such thing as civilized.
You're the only one of these fools that I trust.
Where's our money?
Do you have my bag?
Always, Dutch. Listen to me. When the time comes, you gotta run and don't look back. This is over. Listen to me. When the time comes, you gotta run and don't look back. This is over. You got some money for me, boy? I seen your name in our ledger.
You're a wanted man, Mr. Morgan.
Maybe when your mother's finished mourning your father, I'll keep her in black on your behalf. We got lawmen in 3 different states after us. They chased us from the west, they chased us over the mountains.
We'll need an extra gun.
This place ain't no such thing as civilized.
You're the only one of these fools that I trust.
Where's our money?
Do you have my bag?
Always, Dutch. Listen to me. When the time comes, you gotta run and don't look back. This is over. Listen to me. When the time comes, you gotta run and don't look back. This is over. You got some money for me, boy? I seen your name in our ledger.
You're a wanted man, Mr. Morgan.
Maybe when your mother's finished mourning your father, I'll keep her in black on your behalf. We got lawmen in 3 different states after us. They chased us from the west, they chased us over the mountains.
We'll need an extra gun.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to IGN's coverage of the trailer number 3 reveal for Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm Damon Hatfield. This is Marty Sleever.
Morning, everybody.
You may remember us from other Red Dead Redemption 2 live streams, such as trailer number 2, just last October.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It is 7:45 a.m. here on the West Coast. It's very early for us. Now, I realize 7:45 a.m. is not super early to be at work for a lot of people.
For most humans.
But when you're in games media, it might as well be 1 in the morning
It's
here.
insane. Yeah, we're going to watch this trailer and we're just going to leave.
We're going to go back to bed.
Yeah.
So we're expecting a lot, Rockstar. This better be worth it.
Yep.
In about 15 minutes, Rockstar will reveal the trailer, the third trailer for Red Dead Redemption 2. And since it's so early for us, I'm expecting a lot. I'm expecting about a 2-minute-ish trailer and then a message that says, and it's available now.
I'm going to be honest, that's totally
Marty,
not going to happen.
Marty, why you got to do this to me? Everybody, we want you to be a part of the conversation here. We're watching the chat here on the IGN homepage, IGN.com. I'm also checking Twitter, so if you have got thoughts leading up to the trailer and what you're hoping to see today, let us know. And then once the trailer drops at 8 a.m., we're all going to watch it together in reverent silence. And then we're all going to watch it again. And then feel free to talk about it.
Yeah,
We'll dig into it, start reacting, start analyzing. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on the trailer, so hit us up in chat and on Twitter. But first, Marty.
How have we gotten here?
Red Dead Redemption was released in May of 2010.
Yes, 8 years ago.
8
Holy moly.
years ago.
Yikes. That's a long time.
That's a long time to be working on a game.
Yeah, but it's clearly a game that is beloved not only by us, but by fans. We recently did our top 100 games of all time, and it cracked the top 10.
Spoilers.
Which was huge.
Geez.
Oh, geez, sorry. But yeah, so in the time since then, we've only gotten one, actual full Rockstar game. Obviously, in 2013, we got GTA 5, which is nothing to sneeze at. But to think that this is only going to be Rockstar's second game in 8 years.
What about Max Payne 3? When did that arrive?
Max Payne,
I know.
that was
People forget about that
2012,
one.
I think.
It snuck in there somewhere.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit lower profile,
Yeah.
probably. But yeah, of course, it's interesting that you mentioned GTA 5. This is like the first game that Rockstar's released since GTA 5 in 2013.
Yep.
5 years, and GTA 5 has been something of a phenomenon.
Just a bit.
The most profitable entertainment thing ever.
What does that mean?
Expectations, hype is sky high for Red Dead 2.
Yeah.
Can it reach the heights of GTA 5 though?
I mean, Personally, I like cowboy stories more than crime stories. So for me personally,
What about cowboy crime?
Ooh, that's what this is. This is
Cowboy
cowboy
crime.
crime. So yeah, personally, I think so. Whether it's going to reach those sales numbers, hitting 100 million, that remains to be seen. It's also coming out at a different time in the generation. GTA 5 came out right at the end of the last generation, and then also spilled over into the current gen version, the PC version, and everything.
That's true. I think we have the first two trailers that we can bring up here, and we can roll as we talk over them. That first trailer came in fall 2016, the same week that the Nintendo Switch was revealed.
Oh God, that was a week.
A very busy week.
Yeah.
For us.
That was a week.
And that first trailer was more of a mood piece.
Yes, definitely. That was just that was Rockstar sort of planting their flag in the sand. It was them. They just released that Twitter image that was just sort of the red that's now iconic with Red Dead and the sort of the splash, and everyone lost their mind.
Yeah.
And yeah, the trailer was definitely showcasing like this is just gorgeous shots of terrain of the West, which a bunch of Westerns do. Like the Westerns, I think right after this, Jared Petty wrote a piece for us saying about how the setting is as much a character in a Western as any specific character. And so from this, we didn't really get a taste of the story. We didn't know who the characters were. We didn't know who we're playing as. But look, you had a dog and a bunch of birds. That was cool.
They're eating a dead animal.
But this also started sort of the look of a bunch of shots imitating old shots from The Searchers or from Assassination of Jesse James or There Will Be Blood. So it seems like these trailers, or at least Red Dead 2, is taking a very cinematic approach to how it's going to portray the world.
At that time, we learned that we play as Arthur Morgan, a member of Dutch's gang, or the
Vanderlins?
The Vanderlyn gang. As a Robin steer the way across the vast and rugged heart of America in order to survive. The last game's protagonist, Red Dead Redemption, was John Marston, who was a member of the gang as well.
Yeah, and so that game, the original Red Dead took place in 1911, and we don't know when this takes place. We know it's before, because we see Dutch and he looks much younger in this one, and so we don't know if this is still in the 1900s, if this is turn of the century, if this is way back in like the late 1800s. But yeah, this is, for all intents and purposes, I guess, a prequel.
Yeah, that's what it seemed to be shaping up like a prequel.
Yeah, or at the very least set in the same world prior, which I guess is literally what a prequel is.
Yeah, that's true. That second trailer gave us more of a look at the characters and the actual story. And I think they gave us a good look at who Dutch is and what he's up to.
Who Dutch is, what he's up to, who Arthur is, what we're going to be doing as him. This introduced Arthur as kind of, he's the muscle of the group. So he's sort of their heavy, he's the one going out here. You see the shot where he just wakes up a sleeping dude and is like, hey, you owe us money. So it seems like we're going to be playing as, in typical Rockstar fashion, some sort of a shade of gray, protagonist, antagonist. Whereas I guess John Marston in the last game, he sort of put his life of crime behind him, and then it came, crashing back when his wife and kid got taken. He had to go back and kill the rest of the Vanderlins. So yeah, I don't know. It's also, again, we get a small taste of what we think we'll be doing in this game, which includes clearly train robberies, horseback, but also the sort of the wide array of places we're going to go. If Red Dead 1 sort of seemed like it was very much rooted in a smaller place. Like you did go to Mexico, but like the setting seemed sort of familiar and similar, whereas this had snowy mountains, this had deserts, this had forests, this had swamps and like bayous and gators and everything. So it definitely seems like they're expanding the scope of what we're going to be doing in this one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are just less than 9 minutes away from the reveal of the third trailer for Red Dead Redemption 2. We're all going to watch it together, and then we'll start, analyzing, reacting, picking it apart right after that. So, Marty, we've gotten two trailers, a mood piece and sort of a story trailer. What are you hoping to see today? Well,
one thing, I'm really hoping this doesn't get delayed again. It's been delayed a couple times.
That's true.
It initially was revealed with fall 2017, and then it got delayed to spring 2018. And now it is October 26th, which I do believe this game is coming out October 26th. So that's good. I'm excited for that. That being said, this time around, I want to see, we sort of hinted at some of the stuff we're actually going to be doing in Red Dead 2, and I want to see more of that. I want to see, if not necessarily, direct gameplay, just giving me a better mind of like, how are we going to be spending our time? What is this open world loop going to be like? What are the activities that we're going to be spending 50, 100 hours in?
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 currently has the latest release date of the year. October 26th. There's no game at this moment that has a release date after that. Of course, that'll change after E3.
Sure, of course.
The fall will be populated with game releases.
So we're not going to have a November without any games?
No, I don't think so. I know that. I know that's a bold statement. So it'll be, Call of Duty has moved forward this year.
Yeah, it's I think just after the first week of October, which is interesting because it moved almost an entire month from its normal spot, which I feel like if there's only one thing that could make someone like Call of Duty sort of rethink their strategy, it would be something as big as Rockstar.
Yeah, so I too want to get a look at what you're doing in this game because it's coming. It's an interesting spot. It's coming after GTA 5, which sort of blew the lid off of everything that Rockstar does and open world games. It's also coming after other open world games like Breath of the Wild, which I know are very different. But Breath of the Wild, had some really smart. New game mechanics for exploration, basically. So things have kind of changed. I don't think Rockstar is in a league of their own. They don't need to copy anybody. But I think Breath of the Wild did advance the open world genre.
I completely agree. And then even Breath of the Wild especially, but then even other things like Horizon Zero Dawn and even earlier this year, God of War. Like I feel like we've, since 2013, the philosophy of how you design an open world and how you fill it with activities and what the player is doing has advanced quite a bit. And so it's always interesting to see, Nintendo's always a leader when it comes to innovation, but the exact same thing can be said for Rockstar. So it's interesting to see, like, for the first time in 5 years, what Rockstar is doing to actually advance game design.
Yeah. I think Rockstar delayed Red Dead on February 1st, and at that time they sort of eased the pain of the announcement with some new screenshots, which I think we can bring up here. These 7 screenshots are the most recent media we have of the game, leading up to the trailer today. Just theorizing about what else they could show today, we know that Red Dead 2 is going to have an online mode.
Yes, of course. I mean, that's the reason we haven't got a proper single-player DLC for GTA, and the fact that we haven't gotten a proper Rockstar game in over 5 years is because GTA Online has been that, at this ever-living game that they keep updating still to this very day, 5 years later. So I'm curious if they're going to lean into Red Dead Online pre-launch, or if it's going to be like GTA Online where they launch the core game and then you can wait until spring.
Yeah, but I think they'll still want to message that ahead of launch. But I would guess they'll save the reveal or the announcement of the online mode for a later beat. Maybe later in the summer. Closer to launch. They're not going to, after today, they're not going to just go dark before release.
No, of course. And we don't know, we joke about it around here, but like, we're always waiting for the next big game to introduce a battle royale mode. And you could totally imagine a mode like that in Red Dead Online.
You have to solve. You're not going to be parachuting.
You're not going to be parachuting. No, like your horse just like jumps off a cliff.
Yeah. And then after today, I wonder if Red Dead Redemption 2 will be at E3.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Rockstar doesn't show, they don't have a booth at E3.
They don't have a booth.
Conference, but...
Yeah, but they do have a marketing partnership with this game with Sony.
That's right.
Which I think that means if there's going to be some DLC launching first, at the very least, when you see a trailer at the end, it might say the PlayStation logo. So if it were to appear anywhere, I would say it's going to be on Sony's stage. But ultimately, I don't think Rockstar needs to do that. I think this game is big enough, and the name Rockstar will sell this game. But that being said, maybe Sony wants to pony up the money. That was a horse joke that I did not mean to make.
Accidental fanboy joke. Ladies and gentlemen, we are just less than 4 minutes away from the reveal of the third trailer for Red Dead Redemption 2. Make sure to watch the trailer with us. We're going to watch it twice. We're going to roll it back to back so we can all, sort of digest all the new information, and then we'll start breaking it down and reacting to it. We want you to be part of the discussion. We're watching IGN, the chat here on IGN.com. Also hit me up on Twitter. I'm watching my Twitter feed as well. Marty, you're talking about, we want to see a little bit more about what we're doing in the game. Have you thought about what you do want to be doing in this game?
So the funny thing is, I just last night got caught up on Westworld, and so I don't think this is going to be like Westworld season 2, but I do feel like when you see Westworld and you see a show about people entering this park and sort of being able to become someone they're not and do whatever they want to do, I do feel like there's going to be some parallels there. And one thing I'm hoping is that the depth and breadth of NPCs is expanded upon a little bit, like maybe even into the point where it's almost RPG-ish. So getting quests from NPCs, like learning about them having traits, and you developing relationships with them that end up expanding onto what you end up doing in the game.
San Andreas had more RPG elements.
It did, where you gained weight and then you had to do push-ups. You had to do push-ups to lose that weight. I don't want that.
One of my favorite things about Red Dead Redemption was Undead Nightmare.
Yes.
I hope there's a new Undead Nightmare
Yeah. I hope so
add-on
too.
for this.
Which I do think there will be. That being said, it might come in the form of GTA Online or of Red Dead Online because GTA Online has gotten insane.
Yeah.
Like some of the stuff,
mean,
you'll walk
that's-
by John Ryan's desk and you're like, what game is this? And you're like, oh, this is GTA.
I played GTA. I didn't play this.
Yeah,
game.
I didn't play this. I didn't have a Tron bike, but yeah, I definitely, Undead Nightmare is one of the most beloved expansion packs / DLC in recent memory, so I feel like they want to double down on that.
Yeah. Red Dead Redemption 2 and Spider-Man.
Yes.
I would say with our audience, those are probably the two most anticipated games of the year.
Yeah, I would say so.
But I think everyone was surprised by God of War.
Yeah.
The level of quality in God of War.
Yeah.
Do you think that sort of reframes like the big game of the year watch games in people's minds this year, 2018?
I think at this point it's very clear that the front runner right now is God of War, but everyone is saying God of War with an asterisk. Let's wait till October.
until Red Dead Spider-Man.
Yeah, so it does seem like unless we have stuff like Smash Brothers coming out hopefully this fall,
that's true.
and then there's always going to be one or two like Bethesda will announce something at E3 that'll come out in November. But it seems like as of things that have their stakes claimed, Spider-Man and Red Dead are going to be those games that are going to be in the same conversation as God of War come Game of the Year time.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, less than 60 seconds away. If Rockstar is on time this morning, 8 a.m. Pacific, we're all going to watch the third trailer for Red Dead Redemption 2 together. We'll watch it again, and then we'll start breaking it down, doing some reacting and analysis.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says, Marty. I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
I'm looking forward to it.
And there's more.
And there is more. You're right. Tell the people what they won.
So tomorrow morning, come back to IGN at 7 a.m.
Thursday,
Pacific time.
May 3rd.
Thursday, May 3rd. We're going to have a ton of exclusive coverage on Red Dead 2. A big blowout.
Yeah, we got even more.
From people way smarter than us.
Well, better looking than us.
Better looking than us. Probably.
One of our members of the editorial team flew to Scotland and got to check out the game already, so he'll be sharing a little bit more about what he's learned. Tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Pacific. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just about to throw you to the trailer right now. Let's all have a good watch, and then let's all reconvene afterwards and talk about it.
Listen to me. We don't want to kill any of you. But trust me, we will. Wake them up a little!
This whole thing is pretty much done. We're more ghosts than people.
You have got to keep faith. They will not crush us.
Good old Dutch. My best friend. You know how we met? Pair of hucksters trying to rob each other. Back in 78 or thereabouts.
You have to love yourself a fire. It's one of the blessings. Sure, we can have fire. And we can have the knowledge of fire. But with that comes the knowledge of everything. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a robbery.
Sons of Dutch. Makes us brothers. Sometimes brothers make mistakes.
You'll never change. I know that.
All of you venerate savagery. And you will die savagely.
Get out here! Stay strong. Stay with me. You have to love yourself a fire.
Product not yet rated.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the third trailer for Red Dead Redemption 2. We are joined now by Tina Amini, editorial manager for IGN. And before we dive into talking about the trailer, let's roll it one more time so we can absorb a little bit more of that Wild West goodness. Here we go. Let's watch it one more time.
Listen to me. We don't want to kill any of you. But trust me, we will. Wake them up a little!
This whole thing is pretty much done. We're more ghosts than people.
You have got to keep faith. They will not crush us.
Good old Dutch. My best friend. You know how we met? Pair of hucksters trying to rob each other. Back in 78 or thereabouts.
You have to love yourself a fire. It's one of the blessings. Sure, we can have fire. And we can have the knowledge of fire. But with that comes the knowledge of everything. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a robbery.
Sons of Dutch. Makes us brothers. Sometimes brothers make mistakes.
You'll never change. I know that.
All of you venerate savagery. And you will die savagely.
Get out here! Stay strong. Stay with me. You have to love yourself a fire.
Product not yet rated.
All right, there we are, our third look at Red Dead Redemption 2, and it's another mostly like story-focused and character-focused look.
Far more in depth.
I think it like this isn't the like gameplay blowout that some
Right.
people thought it would be. But that being said, we now know a lot more about the story, more about the characters, and honestly, like I said, more about what we're gonna do in this game, which is exciting.
Yeah, I think there are some looks, even if it's not straight gameplay, some looks at some like gameplay type activities,
Yeah.
robberies, and like takedowns.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
fist
glean a little
fights,
bit of that. Some of the
sort
brawling. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
for sure. But what's your first reaction? Are you happy with that?
I'm so excited for this game.
Yeah, it's very intense. You know, it's funny. Some of the previous two like little teaser trailers also had that similar kind of somber music. And initially, I thought it was more so about kind of illustrating like the vastness of the Wild West and the loneliness of it. Of course, like juxtaposed with the inevitable like chaos and disaster that would follow. But now I'm kind of seeing like this different definition of the story where it's a little bit of like this transitionary phase for Dutch's gang. So it's kind of before the fall. You know, John Marston in Red Dead Redemption 1 constantly talked about, oh, you let Dutch like make you crazy and like you guys turned crazy. And I think this is it.
Yeah.
This is when that transition phase is
Yeah,
happening.
it seems like this is the like they even say like we're the sons of Dutch. So this is like the sort of the fallout of this band of this family, and that also happens to coincide with the vast change of going from the 19th to the 20th century.
All right, so we have the trailer up here that Marty can bring up, and we can sort of scrub through it.
We can.
And pick out scenes that we want to highlight. We know that it's going to take place in 1899.
Yes.
Which is what, 12 years before the first?
Yeah,
Red Dead?
12 years before Red Dead Redemption, which we all sort of assumed based on looking at what Dutch looked like in the previous trailer. He looked like a man a decade younger.
Yeah, but that's interesting. They're talking about how the Old West is pretty much already done here, and then the first game took place a decade after this.
Yeah, because the first game definitely seemed like it was John Marston sort of coming back and having to deal with the sins of his past, whereas this is everyone going through those sins, not dealing with them, but just living them. Yeah.
Yeah, grappling with the idea of brotherhood and like there's a line. I mean, we'll get into the details, but there's a line in there that's brothers make mistakes.
Yeah.
So it's definitely and Dutch saying that he wants him to keep the faith.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of these allusions to that.
Yeah, it almost seems like Dutch is like not only is he a father figure, but he's a leader, but also almost like a religious figure to them. Like
he's their moral compass. In a way.
Exactly. Which is a funny moral compass to have when they're about to rob this train.
This is Dutch right
This
here.
is Dutch right here, yeah.
Leader of the gang.
So you have to imagine, I feel like every trailer so far has highlighted train robberies, and so you have to imagine train robberies are going to be a big part of this game.
And this is who we play as.
This is who we play as,
On the
Arthur
right.
Morgan.
And who is this blonde woman? We don't know yet.
Possibly Mrs. Morgan? The future Mrs. Morgan? No, we don't know. The only, of the members of Dutch's gang we knew from the original game, Abigail Marston was one of them. She was a prostitute, and they met her, and she sort of joined the gang, and then obviously her and John started a family. My gut says this isn't her. This is just someone else.
Different hair color entirely.
Yeah, but it was one of those, when they first revealed that splash image with like, I think the 7 riders at the bottom, you could totally tell that like one of them was a woman who's not on this image, but yeah, from the original one. Yeah.
All right, what's our next scene?
Where are we going from here?
The setup.
Yeah, the setup, we have the year, and obviously how the West is finally being tamed, and sort of the age of the cowboys is
outlaw.
almost past us, yeah. Again, we get more of the
Here's that conversation.
conversation you were talking about.
Yeah, where he's telling him that you have to keep the faith. So it's clear that Arthur is kind of grappling with this idea of, you know, where are we headed in? Because outlaws aren't as like prominent as they once were. So it's clearly like a struggle for survival here.
Yeah.
And here's the gang.
Yeah, you get this. I really liked the sort of the sense of a weird ragtag family of this thing, of everyone sitting around this fire and being like telling stories and being like, this is how we met, like that kind of thing. And so I wonder if, you know, again, thinking about this in terms of not just story, but in terms of gameplay, like, is this going to be, are you sort of recruiting members of the gang, like in an RPG where you'd like recruit members to a town and all of a sudden you'll grow? So will you grow these encampments? Can you piss these people off? Can you sort of play them against each other? How's that going to work?
Sure.
And there are a couple characters here with their hats down, and I feel like that's an intentional, like who are these other gang members? Are they cameos from, from the previous title?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of cameos, we will see John Marston later on in the trailer.
Spoilers. Well, I guess we've already watched it twice. I love
Spoilers for our conversation.
I love the shot.
Yeah, this is
like
great.
I think
This
the
is
shot
great.
is absolutely beautiful. Again, like we were talking about in the pre-show, like these trailers have brought such a cinematic sense of scope and sort of understanding what makes westerns as a genre special. And this is just one of those shots that, again, juxtaposes how small they are compared to the rest of the universe.
You can feel the cold night.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we're getting sound on playback.
Yeah. You got horses. Obviously, this gives
That's a taming scene right
That's
there.
a taming scene. That's again, like I'm curious if this is going to be a game where you have a horse, like you have your Epona, or if this is going to be a game where like there's any horse you want, you can grab your horse. I guess that's what Breath of the Wild was like.
That was more than Breath of the Wild, which we talked about a little bit beforehand.
This is the town. I don't know if we know the name of this town, but it seems like this was the town we saw in the first trailer as well. So I don't know if this is going to be sort of like the armadillo of this game, of the like the central hub, like where you're going to hang your hat and where sort of all roads end up leading back to this town. But just the breadth and depth of what's going on here. Like you see the church in the background, you see the wagons, you see people sitting in the mud. Like there's just so much going on here, which again brings back to that like. I don't know, that sort of Westworld hope of like every corner I turn, there's gonna be like a little story. The good parts of Westworld, not the terrible murder parts. Well, I'm probably also gonna murder people.
Not the Shogun World parts.
Yeah, not the Shogun World.
I'm sure there'll be some depressing murders.
Yes, yeah.
I like the theater scene.
Oh, this scene's awesome.
Yeah, right?
How cool is this?
Well, it's cool in two ways, because then you understand that, okay, there's this interactivity with theaters, and there's that concept of that being a part of the world.
Yeah.
But it's also, I think this might be the second reference to fire, and I think I counted a total of like 3.
Yeah.
And
There's actually a lot of them, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot that I'm just gonna like completely speculate on, and I can be totally wrong, but I mean, fire, they discuss it as this like powerful thing, this blessing, or I think that's a line from Dutch. And in general, we know fire to be like this like powerful source, and it seems like there's a lot of transition happening, both for Dutch's gang and for the constant struggle between outlaws and the law. But in this case, I think fire and like this introduction of a new, different kind of power is also really significant. And there's another scene coming up, I think just after this one, where you see a doctor administering, or I don't know, administering a shot to someone.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're gonna see a lot of angles of different kinds of new sciences coming into play.
Yeah.
And we had a little bit of that in the first one with the elixirs and everything, so it was kind of alluding to that too.
But definitely like the 1899, like that is just on the precipice of the modern world.
Yeah, exactly. So it's this transition of the modern world.
Yeah.
I also want to point out that in drama, theaters are where assassinations take place.
Oh no!
It's always where they go.
Oh, I could totally see this going on and you having to sneak up behind someone and kill them.
Like, there's like a
Sneak mission, yeah.
a U.S. Marshal or
Yeah,
someone.
well, we could already put
Oh,
that in
yeah.
the wiki as a mission. We already got it. Yeah.
There it is.
I was like, is that guy getting a tattoo?
I was
No, I think he's getting a shot.
shot. Yeah.
Maybe.
This shot
another
reminds,
reference to
more
fire.
fire. This reminds me. It seems like this is like is that an oil derrick on fire? But again, this shot, going back to movie stuff, this reminds me of like There Will Be Blood, like the shot of Daniel Plainview and sort of just the messy, ashy plains, and then fire spewing up from the earth.
Which the previous trailers also had a lot of like really similar Wild West movie.
See a lot of gunmen on horseback here in this shot.
Yeah.
One of our viewers, Scott Anderson, wonders, since you're running with such a big crew, do you think we'll play as multiple characters? And I know we're gonna be focusing on Arthur.
Yeah. My gut says no.
Yeah, mine too. We haven't been given any indication at least.
Yeah.
Like there's no solid evidence for that. But for all we know, it could be.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, it's not a bad guess because GTA 5 was built around that.
That's true.
Around the 3 characters, but it seems like they're trying to go for something a little bit different here, I would say.
And you did, slight spoilers for an 8-year-old game, control 2 characters
in
Red Dead.
Yeah, that's true. So, I mean, by all means, there might be a time where you do control John Marston again. Well,
Yeah.
we'll see him. Maybe you only control him in the one scene we see him here. This shot
Visiting
is just
someone's
awesome.
grave.
Yeah, this shot again, just like such a like powerful, somber moment.
Yeah.
Looking forward to playing some robberies.
Yeah, so I think it's safe to say that heists have been such a big thing in GTA, in GTA Online, that I feel like they're going to take that multi-tiered approach of you need to do 7 different objectives to finally build into the one big heist. You have to imagine that's going to exist in this game as well.
Yeah, that could also be a big component of Red Dead Online.
Yes, which again we didn't get any hint of here. Yeah.
Makes us brothers. Sometimes brothers make mistakes.
Who's this guy?
I'm trying to figure out who that guy is, but I don't know. I feel like I get tension between these 2 characters.
He's got an epic mustache.
He's got a very good mustache. Yeah, I get a little bit of tension. The whole like we're brothers. Sometimes brothers make mistakes, but
Yeah, clearly something just happened.
yeah, and Arthur's
feeling ashamed or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's what it like the whole brothers make mistakes thing. Like ultimately we're family and we're all striving towards the same thing. We're all surviving together.
But it is an interesting story because you know how it ends, and it doesn't end well. You know how it ends for a lot of these characters, and it's just
Maybe this is tied to what happens to John Marston that we learned from
the first game. Yeah.
Stagecoach robbery?
Yeah, stagecoach robbery.
I know that.
Now, do we know this character in the bull hat? Because I wonder if he's one of the villains.
Yeah, and I don't recognize him personally.
So it seemed, just from like visually picking that apart, they're wearing bowler hats instead of these cowboy hats.
Yeah.
So it seems like a outlaw versus the law kind of scene.
Yeah, like if they're Pinkertons or something. But yeah, definitely like the way this character carries himself, I'm like, oh, you're going to be someone that I want to kill in this.
And there's a main shot focused on him
Yeah.
in a second too.
Yeah, it's kind of the juxtaposition of your gang,
Yep.
and what they look like with Dutch in the middle.
Yeah, a little dustier.
Yeah.
There you go.
There's the
This was a big
brawling.
thing, the takedowns and then the sort of the bare knuckle boxing here.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they're working a lot on melee combat and close quarters combat here, which I think is really interesting because that could add just like a really cool sort of visceral, personal layer to the combat in the game.
Well, there's cheering going on too, so
It
it
seemed
makes
like it was a fight, like a paid fight.
Yeah. So maybe that's like a mini game.
Yeah. So
Can you scroll
that
back
was an
just-
important moment.
This is John Marston, but can you scroll back just a little bit to like when you're crawling through the burning buildings? Well, first of all, this guy seems like a villain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the same guy from earlier.
I don't like his hat.
No.
I don't like his hat at all.
I don't like his face.
Yeah.
And then this totally
is
looks like
cool.
gameplay.
Oh, this totally looks like
yeah.
gameplay. This
to
looks
me.
like a
Yeah,
like
the whole
cinematic
crawling
set
through
piece.
to rescue someone thing, yeah.
And then this is John Marston.
This is
Our good friend.
And the obviously key the key hint there is the scarring
Scar
on
on the face, which we get
which
the
you get a
closer
good
shot.
clear shot of.
Yeah, so this is seemingly our first shot or hint of Marston being in this game, and it doesn't look like things are going well for him.
And he's being held by those rich boys.
Yeah, by the rich boys. Yeah, you can tell this is Marston here. I'm a much younger Marston, but by obviously the scars on his face.
Yeah.
Which are fresh.
Which are fresh.
So not only did the poor bastard get shot and left for dead, but someone knifed up his face too.
Poor John.
Where's the brotherhood now?
Yeah, well, everything ends fine for John. What
Yeah.
could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong?
Happy ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's that moment where he's kind of squinting.
Yeah.
It feels like he's having like this dilemma.
Yeah.
Dutch is trying to hold his gang
Yeah.
Together as everything's falling apart.
Yeah, keep the faith.
Yeah. Yeah, and then one thing we have, again, to try to, like this shot of the gunfire, I don't know if this is bringing back Deadeye, if this is sort of our first look at that, or if they're going to try to take a more quote-unquote realistic approach to that in this game.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there we have it. That is the third trailer for Red Dead Redemption 2. Lots of really cool stuff happening. I like the vibe. I like the mood.
Yeah.
We didn't get to see any of the, we didn't get to really see a gameplay blowout.
Yeah.
Like some people were expecting. Nothing about online and nothing about special editions or pre-orders.
No.
Any of that.
But we're still October 26th. Woo.
There wasn't.
There was that slight hair of me that was like, oh, please don't say 2019.
There wasn't another delay. So
Yeah.
October 26th, it remains for the release date. You guys walking away from this feeling satisfied, feeling good?
Feeling tense.
Yeah.
Tense, yeah.
Feeling
Yeah.
tense.
There's a lot of intensity all at once.
Yeah, there's only like, honestly, like Red Dead and Death Stranding are the two games right now that they could release any trailer and I'll just want to pour over it and pick it apart because it's one of those things I already know I'm all in on this game. And so I'm like, I don't need to see anything else. But every time I do see something, I'm like, ooh, this is cool. I want to see a little bit more.
Red Dead is a little easier to follow than Death Stranding.
I think so. Yeah, just a bit.
A little more clear of a storyline.
In this trailer, yeah.
As for when we're going to see Red Dead next, well, in less than 24 hours, IGN is going to have a big blowout on Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning, Thursday, May 3rd at 7 a.m. Pacific.
Yep.
Come to IGN.com for Eyes on Impressions.
Eyes on Impressions, a big deep dive into a lot of different facets of the game.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then beyond that, do you think maybe at E3? Maybe at Sony's conference at E3?
Could be. If it was anywhere, it would be there, but I feel like Rockstar operates on Rockstar time. So if they want to be there, they'll be there, and if not, we'll see them later in the
What about I want them to be there?
If you, why doesn't Rockstar operate on Damon time?
Just pass that along, please.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, thanks for joining us this morning. Stay tuned for more Red Dead coverage here on IGN tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Pacific. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Marty. My name is Damon. Everybody have a great day, and we'll see you next time.